Alright, YouTube, back for another video, man. This video is gonna be a little different. I found something that I really liked, or really wanted years ago. Just never committed to actually buying the shit. Told my wife about it, and now we actually have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what we got, and then we're just gonna do like an unboxing setup, and then I'm gonna give y'all, I guess, an update on the Mustang, because the Mustang has been abandoned, as my mans like to call it on the channel, for 2 years at this fucking point. You know, Quickjack. It's 3 boxes. I think they're all like, well, this can't be 70 pounds. This is probably like 35, but the other 2 boxes are like 70 pounds. So they're heavy as shit. You wanna try carrying one? You wanna see how?
Oh, I can lift it.
Lift it up and walk.
Of course. Because I'm too strong for this. Oh. Okay.
Go ahead and put this shit down for you. Cross your feet. Actual pump. Gonna do all the heavy lifting for us. 10 volts, 2400 psi, 60 hertz. You're gonna need some hydraulic fluid or ATF. I got some O'Reilly's brand like AW46 because they didn't have the 32. 32 is like thinner, so it's better in the cold. You live in Michigan, you're gonna deal with the cold, so yeah, we'll see how this does in the winter. Little warning thing, safety tips for it, because you're using a lift now, lifting at the right. This is pretty nice. Like this has like jacking points for all the different vehicles. Like this is pretty cool. I don't see anything about setting this shit up though. I didn't even turn it off all the way. Instructions, quick start guide. Oh, quick start. Oh, yeah, set up an operation manual. And then, yeah, this is what I was expecting. This is just a quick start. They got the full operation manual and then the quick start guide just to help you get set it up. So, like, hey man, this is packaged good, came good, and then pause on that. All right, we got everything pretty much set up. And it's supposed to be set up here with the lock bars on the outside. These things side by side. The pressure spring is facing the same way. First thing that we're gonna have to do is connect these 2 short hoses. It's part of step 6. I read through the whole, well, I'm not gonna say read, but skimmed and looked at all the important parts and the actual manual. I'm gonna lube these ends up with hydraulic fluid and then go ahead and throw these on over there. Alright, so let's the initial routing like this. Like I said, you want to make sure you go up underneath here. I think this is well, obviously this is the lowest point, so it's not gonna crush it like this. If you route it like I'm up under there or go up underneath anywhere else, then it's gonna get crushed. Also, make sure you tighten both this fitting and this fitting, because, well, yeah, that was loose. So, all right, next step is to go ahead and use the air pump, and I think pressurize this to between like 40 and 50 psi. I'm gonna go with like 45, smack dab in the middle, and hopefully everything else works out okay. Take our last reading, about 45. Both sides hit about 47 psi, 47, 48. On to the next thing, air inflation. Now we need to go ahead and fill power on that. I think this is the fill, like right here. Yeah, it's probably like halfway from the top. I don't like the fact that they don't have a, like, you can't really see. You just have to know what half an inch is from here. So, looks like it's kind of close. You can see the top of it. I can't really see too well what's the marker on here. Yeah, no, that's not close. Well, that's close. I'll pour a little bit more in there and then we'll see. Actually, I'm gonna go get my ruler. This is pretty cool. No, I'm talking about this. It's pretty cool. I was looking at this. I was looking at this little, like, almost look like a breather. And then I read this and it says before you loosen it so that the pump can actually breathe, and then tighten it up whenever you want to move it around so you don't end up spilling fluid all over the place. But the integrated breather and the like plug is pretty cool. Lubricate those and then attach them here and to the other place, right? Yep. Lubricate, attach everything, then we're gonna start plugging shit up. We're gonna crack these bleeder screws and try to get the air out of the system and start filling in some of this hydraulic fluid. So let's go ahead and crack these. These are 4 mil. Okay, no they're not. I used the 5 mil and that shit didn't work. Silly old me. I don't know why I would think an American made product would use this metric bullshit. Freedom units, this is a 316. Yep, got that one, and let me double check that this is 316.
Give me a hell yeah!
You know, if I would have completely read, I would have seen 316. Anyway, looks like we need to get the control pendant. That's this. And continue to hold up until only hydraulic fluid is escaping both bleeder screws. Let's go ahead and do that. Holding up, holding up, holding up, holding up. Whoa! Shit. Alright, release the up button and immediately close the bleeder screws. They might rise during this process. If they rise above 6 inches, then take that out. And by the time I started closing that, they were literally like leaking hydraulic fluid, so I think we did that pretty well. Close both, clean up any hydraulic fluid, blah blah blah. Press down, and then continue to hold down for 5 seconds. Bam. I think that's pretty much it, man. I think we did everything that we need to do. Yeah, let's put it up on the Mustang and see how this thing does. Let's get that first time use. I'm gonna roll the Mustang back and then just put it like right here.
Oh, it's already done? Nope. That's fast.
Pretty simple setup. Here are the brakes. Alright. Move the pump back there to make sure the lines are out the way. I actually think they intentionally put the wheels right there so that it's kind of hard for this to work or you slide up under there, but whatever. See what happens. Is it plugged up? Yes, plugged up. Let's make sure our contact points look good. Okay. Is this not level? Maybe it's not all that level. Holy shit. Alright, I think once we go here, we go over. Now we're resting. We're resting on the locks. So now we come double check the locks. We're locked there, and we're locked there. Yo, even on the first setting, this is pretty damn good, bro. And here's the underside of the Mustang, man. I think even with this, like height, I can go ahead and address like the biggest thing with the Mustang, and that's that goddamn clutch. I don't know if it's going out or what, but I think we could drop the transmission with just this first like setting. The leak's here, right? I wonder if I should adjust this angle to point it that way. We drop it, we're gonna turn this up a little just so we can, because I don't like how that's like turning that way. This is gonna make working on all these cars just so much easier. All right, my shit on 1%. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this, but I'm still stuck in Evo mode. Mustang needs brakes. Got new brakes already here. Well, halfway here. Need to check out this clutch. I'm gonna probably drop this clutch next video. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this weekend or if I'm gonna do it next weekend, but definitely gonna drop this trans now that we got this. I just didn't want to be under jack stands again because one, the shit is super sketchy. Two, they just don't raise high enough. But this, like I said, even on the first step, it's pretty damn good. So I drove the car a couple of times so far this month, and I forgot like how fast this shit is and how how she like scoots around and stuff like that. I think I'm ready to jump back in and have a little bit of fun. I even got some parts for this, now that I think about it. I guess I'll let this camera charge and then I'll go ahead and throw these parts on here. It's like a first use for this. All right, let me show you what I got. These are diff bushings for the rear of the car. It's supposed to like help with like the deflection. And then these are cradle lockouts. I think to install these bushings on the differential, you have to remove the cradle like stamped steel like thing on my bob. So since that's getting removed anyway, I'm kind of glad that I got a deal on both this and this. We can just replace these at the same time. So this make me a little uneasy. I guess because it's my first time. I'm not sure how the weight transfer is gonna work with dropping the cradle down just a little bit, and then you know all the weight that's supposed to be attached to the back of the car's not there anymore. I don't know if it's gonna lean like that way or what, but I'm gonna take this shit slow and see what happens, man. On the bright side, I got to actually use my creeper. Nothing has been tall enough for me to actually use this shit. All right, got the rear subframe bolt out. As you can see, I took out the front subframe slash whatever that I took it off. But I only have one jack, so I don't know how I'm gonna like maneuver or finagle all this shit at the same time, and just give me some space so I can actually put in all these inserts. Shout out to CJ Pony Parts, but nothing. Yeah, so this is gonna go on the top. I already put one up there. I don't know how well you can see it, and then this is gonna go on the bottom. I'm gonna put it in now because I'm gonna unloosen this and see if I can get this bolt taken out and have these bushes replaced, and then also do the same side for the front. All right, y'all remember I said this shit needs maintenance, right? Look at my rear diff bushing. All types of cooked. And this is why you go with these polyurethane bushings to help with the deflection, because the deflection is so much that it will rip these OEM bushes. Now that I got that removed, let's go ahead and put this assembly in. So the long bolt, the 100mm bolt, lock washer, this big flat washer, the actual like bushing insert, and then the polyurethane, well, the bearing, and then a bushing insert. And then you just drop all this shit in here. All right, I've been fighting with this shit, and I'm mainly making this shit harder on myself. If you can, or if you want to, remove the exhaust, you can access this stuff better. And then when it comes to these bolts in here, damn, I don't know if you can even see like how well you can see in there. The bolts that are up in there, make sure you have an open-ended 18mm wrench. I had my electric ratchet on there, it got stuck. I had my regular ratchet on there, it got stuck. I loosened it with just the socket and it got stuck, so I had to fish that out by hand. But that's just make sure you have that. All right, I want to show y'all this. This is the front of the diff. Every fucking video shows that this is an easy, you know, you just slap the spacer on and slap the bolt in, you grab a couple threads and everything is fine, right? Let me show you what the fuck actually happens. Okay, slap that on, and slide this in there. Now tell me you want to grab now, because I got the camera out. Oh no, you don't grab any fucking threads, because if you take this out, let me take this out and show y'all. This flat ass fucking lockout has no reliefs cut for those two tabs. You can't even see it. It's a tab right there at the top. It's two of them on this differential bushing. There's no relief for that. This bolt is barely fucking long enough to thread into here, and because of that, I'm sitting here fighting for my fucking life for like the last 2 hours trying to grab any fucking threads. This shit is ass, let me tell y'all. All Alright, I struggled long enough. Look, I had to take off this part of the exhaust because I thought it was touching and it wasn't even touching, pissing me off. Anyway, went ahead and got this plugged in, well, screwed in. I'm gonna tell you how the little hack. So like I said, bro, this shit doesn't account for those notches. Go ahead and get behind here and pry that with like a screwdriver or something. Pry the inside of this bushing, you see it, towards the bolt. Grab a couple threads, and before you screw it all the way in, go ahead and finish this side up. That's my hack. And then, oh, this side, you want to kind of fish all this shit in from the center. Put the bolt and the whole like assembly together, and then kind of slide it all in as one right here. You can kind of fish the bolt over and then slide the whole thing, like the whole assembly over and then into the like actually seat it here. And then yeah, you should be able to install everything, because this is extra tight compared to that. But as long as you fish it in through here, you should be good. We'll fish it in as one piece over here. So now let's finish the shit. New day, same shit. Finally got this boat to seat up to a point where I'm comfortable. Used a homemade thread chaser. This actually worked out way better than I expected. That shit made, like, it definitely needed to be cleaned, because after using it twice and then blowing the hole out, this shit went in all the way, bottomed out just perfectly fine. And then it pretty much butted up right next to this. We're gonna go ahead and tackle this right here, man. Also today, all the rest of my brakes got here, the rotors. We're just gonna go ahead and throw that shit on, and then we're gonna get the first like maiden voyage. I guess it's gonna be like a little quick POV drive just to see how the car handles, or if anything is different really. No. Oh, the fucking sump pump went off. No. Oh, that's annoying as hell. That is so annoying. Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess we gotta move. Alright, everything is finally in. As you can see. Now we gotta tighten these to 129 foot-pounds, whatever. And this bolt. Forgot these rears are conventional, so we're gonna hit these. Voila. Got on pretty easy. Damn, I was riding dirty as a bitch. But this is why I stopped driving the car. It's like 11:30 or midnight or something close, so we gon', you know what, we taking this for a drive anyway. Why not? Look at all this shit. So far, it's definitely interesting, the noise it makes. Put the car in gear, like listen to this. Like that's real loud. Damn, y'all can barely see it, but that's real loud. You hear every fucking thing. Bro, it's definitely a lot of clunking going on. It sounds like I got shit in the trunk, like moving around. Hearing like whining and shit on diesel, which I know people have mentioned you will hear, where they have her whining on diesel. This is a lot of noise, man. Oh, listen to this. Just going through the gears. That's all from the rear end. Let's see how stiff this is or is not. Second gear. Okay. No crazy wheel hop or anything. This just stayed planted, just kicked out. All right, I do like that. Even with the added like noise and stuff, it didn't wheel hop, man. I've hated that wheel hub. That wheel hub cost me an axle, and since then I've been scared to like really drive this car. So I mean, we got results even with the side effect, man. Next day, everything kind of fine. New brakes worked out pretty well. Spoke with some Mustang homies, did some research, and everything that I was hearing last night was more or less like to be expected. I think I'm gonna drive the car around, not beat on it too crazy, because that diff bolt breaking or those bolts shearing has me a little paranoid. But yeah, I'm gonna get some footage driving the car around, see how I feel. I also realized that last night with the little bit of whine that I was getting, I was driving with the radio down. So like, I think with some music playing and with the exhaust, it's not gonna be as bad. So I mean, so far I do like it. The car definitely handles a lot better. That's gonna wrap this up. I guess I'll see y'all next time when well, if that's the next thing that we do, we drop the transmission and see what the fuck's going on with this clutch, man. That being said, catch you on the next one.